Nana, again, the second part here. I showed you my Hogan design from cardboard and from paper. Over the years, since I was in high school, I started keeping track of my drawings. I made this when I was a senior attendant in high school, senior with colored pencils. It's horse eye. It's actually made of colored pens. Nana home. They 1993. Dates because this stuff, and it's made of also in pen, and then the background of this on the outside. Yeah, I think I made it with chalk and and then I did it with my fingers, and then through the years, I did a few more. Don't shut 2014 and down. So I keep these in a binder like that. And then I got these bigger ones. 2019, 2009 when I was attending University of Oregon, I did of a basket. Again, the design is inspired from the grandmothers from rock there. And these are a lot of. I used to start out with circle designs. Again, this is made out of colored pencils, Crayola too. They're not like big, huge, fancy art materials. It's just the little chinny other kits to get what they've used, like Crayola brands. I use that same pencils, and there's a lot of selections too. And you lay them out in categories. Although you just kind of start from scratch, from out of a blank space set. Again, hold on. Again, this was done in 2009. It's got dates on them too. Again, these are made once again with Crayola pencils. The thing about these colored pencils, a lot of times you can't really erase them once you start coloring them. So that's why you got to start out with just a regular pencil first to do your outlines, and then you from that you create a template. Again, sometimes my own creation set. Sometimes I don't know a lot about advanced Navajo ceremonies, those prayers and a lot of teachings that go on, because part of my life I've been influenced from other sources and popular culture in the United States, and then from the movies that we are influenced. The newspapers. Right now we have social media. So we try to stick with what we've gained. And they got these larger ones. A lot of people called this year, 2020 in the summertime. Did you know that this drawing I made back in 2006 at Utah? Back then it was called Utah Valley Community College. Now it's called Utah Valley University. Although I lost that drawing then. So sometimes you're lazy and you don't want to redo things for a long time sometimes. And finally, when you have the chance and time and the motivation, then, like I did this summer, I sat down once again, controlling the distractions, and we did the whole drawing, what I've done, what I've lost back in 2006 and 1996 to sneak up. I'm drawing that. I wanted the white to stick out, so I had to use a type printing paper, and I put it over the stars, so the stars can appear more brighter, Influence from the Northern Plains, Native American design, indigenous these days, I spent some time over there in South Dakota, in eastern South Dakota, though, and I'll explain that later, how I've spent some time at a place called, back then it was called Pine Ridge Indian Reservation and Rosebud, now they call it Oglala Nation, Oglala Lakota Nation. They named it that way. Now there's a big university over there by Rosebud, South Dakota, called Santee Kalashi. I cannot pronounce the traditional Lakota language. I could not do it. My tongue, it speaks Navajo language, and we have our own sounds. some people, that's even other tribes, tribal members, are unable to correctly pronounce Navajo vocabulary and words. Likewise too, like I can't learn Spanish, and I can't roll my tongue with the R's in Spanish. Some of my family, my brothers, they can do that. Same thing with the Lakota and Dakota language. I can't produce some of the sound that they make. When I spent some time there in the mid-1990s, and these older people there. One time we visited a man, a middle 55-year-old Dakota man, like with his, I think it was his buddy. He stood up and he pointed both of his arms like this to the east, and he closed his eyes and he prayed in the Lakota language to the sun. They believe that the traditional Lakota, they have their own way of worshiping the Creator. So these days, I remember that. And the way he prayed these words, there's no way I could reproduce that words. I can't make those sounds. So some people are able to do it and some can't. No. This is 2 years ago in January of 2018. Again, some of these drawings take about anywhere from 3 to 5 hours. If you don't spill coffee or pop all over, and your hand doesn't have a whole lot of grease, you try to use a napkin, towel, or just gonna wipe your pants up. And finally, once these are done, I just put it in the cardboard portfolios up, so they don't get smeared and get dirty. Every time when I complete a project, I always put down dates and stuff. This is 2003 and that stuff. Again, this was done with colored pencil and also with color pastels. Again, they're not fancy material either. Sometimes, once in a while, I do a self-portrait as best I can. This is done in 2014. I wear glasses. I'm not a big man either. I'm not big. I'm kind of skinny. Colored pencil. Again, some of these designs, I spent some time Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I went and visited Red Cloud Indian School. I went to Wounded Knee Cemetery. I went and visited, kind of saw the outside the Akili radio station. Went to Kyle and visited the Oglala Lakota College. Not only with the Pierre, South Dakota, there's some trading posts. Rapid City, a bigger town like Flagstaff, Arizona. There's a town called Prairie, a trading post. Prairie H, 谁好见的